In this video I show Modbat, a model-based tester. In model-based testing we do not write test cases one by one. Instead we define a high-level model that can be used to generate thousands or millions of test cases. The model has to contain a description of the inputs, outputs and possible exceptions of the system, and the tool can then generate test cases and execute them against the system. As an example, to demonstrate Modbat, we use Java collections and iterators. Collections are data structures like sets or lists where we can put items inside. We can then access these items one by iterating over them. What's important here is that we are only allowed to iterate over a collection if the collection has not changed since we created the iterator.
Let's see Modbat in action. We use a model that verifies Java's array list. Modbat now generates 1000 test cases against Java's implementation. At the end, we have one test failure. Modbat writes its report to a file. The file contains a summary of the problem followed by the error trace. The summary shows that we get an unexpected exception. The error trace consists of a step-by-step sequence showing how the failure occurs. Let us look at the counterexample in detail. Step 1 creates a new iterator. We also create a new iterator model and launch it to run in parallel with the main model. The iterator model remembers the current version of the list. Because the list is unmodified, its version is 0. Step 2 tries to modify the list. We access the element at index -1, which is out of bounds. As expected, we get the right exception here. Note that the version number stays at 0 because the modification failed. In step 3, the iterator tries to access the first element in the list. The list has not been modified, and because it is empty, we expect a no such element exception. However, in Java, we get a concurrent modification exception. This only occurs if we use -1 in step 2 and only for array list. In other cases, the behavior of Java collections is consistent.
I think I found a bug. Why don't you go catch some yourself by trying out Modbat?